Hey guys, this is Lean Aesthetics, and I want to talk about my journey to how I got to 10% body fat. In the beginning of my fitness journey, I didn't know what I was doing, and I'll have the picture of how I look right now on the top. Um, but yeah, on my fitness journey, I didn't know what I was doing. I just worked out. I had two dumbbells. I had 20-pound dumbbells, and I just worked out. I didn't think of anything. I didn't know what I was doing, when I was building muscle. But I realized I wasn't losing fat, and I was still eating whatever. So I said, you know what? In order to rebuild the muscles that I built, I got to be mindful of what I ate. And to get to 10%, I actually didn't even track a single calorie. I was just mindful of the foods that I ate. I prioritized protein. Um, that means that I got like 150 grams of protein each day. I would say at least get 100 grams of protein, but I aimed for 150. Um, you don't have to do any cardio. You really don't. I barely did any cardio. I would do it sometimes, but for most of the journey, I didn't do cardio. Um, and in terms of the food, I mean, in one of my videos, I talked about not drinking your calories. So that's a big thing because a lot of people they drink a lot of their calories, and that's why they're not able to lose fat. You know, so by drinking low calories juices and low calorie sodas, you can make it easier for you to get lean. And by doing that, it helps me to get to my goal. Um, and also, you gotta just find foods that are filling, not not only that taste good, but that are filling too. Because if you eat like um, bread or rice by itself, that's gonna make you feel hungry. Sure, it tastes good, but it's not gonna be filling. But if you have protein like a chicken, if you have chicken with rice, then that's filling. Or if you have potatoes are filling. So I would say have um, when you eat protein, well, when you eat a carb or like a quick carb, have it with a protein to help slow down the digestion so you can feel fuller for longer. And also eat some slow digesting carbs like I said, potatoes, oatmeal, foods like that. Um, and just being consistent. I mean, it's not easy because I fell off a lot of times, binged a lot of times, but the one thing that helped me get to my goal was that I never gave up. I never, no matter how much I fell off, I never gave up. And I just kept on going, and eventually I got to my goal. Um, just never give up. No matter how tough it is, never give up. You know, and like I said, don't drink your calories. Drink a low calorie juice or like a diet soda, like Diet Coke, um, sparkling ice, um, drinks like that. But the whole point is you don't want to drink your calories. And that's going to make it a whole lot easier, because liquid calories aren't filling. Um, Eat slow digesting foods like a chicken, steak, potatoes, like I said, oatmeal. You can have some fruits too, because fruits have fiber in them. And eat foods that are low in calories, that are slow digesting. So that way you can eat more and feel fuller for longer. And you could just pair that with protein. You could pair that with a protein shake or with a protein source. So you can feel fuller for longer. But you just gotta have the mindset of not giving up. Even if you binge for the weekend, you know, don't give up. Get back to it on Monday. You know, it might set you back a week or two, but just keep going. I know it's not easy, but trust me. Think about your goals. Think about the reasons why you want to get lean. You also got to think lean. You got to dream about it. That's what I've been doing. I was dreaming about it. I was thinking about it. And I said, if I give up now, I'm never going to get to my goals. Because when people binge on the weekend, that binge turns into, um, it turns into 2 days, then 3 days, and then 4 days. And then as soon as you know they're back at square one, and they keep going, and they just keep binging. And that turned into a month, and then turned into years, and it's this ongoing cycle, and you just can't give up. You gotta stop that cycle, guys. Look, if you have any questions, comment down below. You got this. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too, guys. It's Lean Aesthetics, and I'll see you later, guys.